Hey guys, welcome to the Benchwarmers podcast. I'm Enfield TV. Okay, I was gonna have you
Oh,
guys
okay. Hold
introduce
on,
yourself.
hold on, hold on.
This is in shambles right now.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Benchwarmers podcast. My name is Enfield TV, and I'm here with.
B-Ret,
And Belichick's stepson.
Nooks Texans jersey.
Welcome to the podcast. We appreciate you listening in to our very first episode. We got some great things coming up to talk about today, including the Deshaun Watson scandal, and who we think will be drafted from our individual personal favorite teams. And we'll also get into the draft itself later on. Mr. Belichick's stepson, would you like to tell us a little bit about the Deshaun Watson case?
Hold on, before we say anything, I am so tired of this Deshaun Watson saga. As a Texans fan, I just want to die. But I will talk about it.
It's okay. It'll come to an end shortly when he's released after this because he did set it up to get himself released.
Yeah. I mean, probably not, but yeah.
All right, so what I got is 22 plaintiffs have sued him for sexual extortion, basically. That's what I'm getting at.
And one has dropped out, correct?
Yeah, I think I saw where a couple have dropped out.
Okay, last I heard, there were still 21 plaintiffs, so all of them are anonymous. One dropped out due to privacy concerns. And basically what Deshaun Watson and his team, his attorney, Rusty Hardin, basically what they were trying to do was say, hey, we can't defend ourselves because we don't know who any of these people are. They're all anonymous. And they expected all these people to drop because they didn't want to come out in public because they knew, people would hate on them. People would send them death threats. Well, one woman, Ashley Solis, did step forward. Unfortunately, she's received a lot of hate, which is, sad. But, that was very brave of her to step forward. And so now this trial is going to take place. Rusty Hardin said, in some of these massages, there's going to be no question. We've never run from it. Our first announcement has always been about consent, that on some occasions, some acts of sexual activity would have taken place. So they're not even denying that Deshaun Watson did have some kind of sexual activity with some of these women. I think this is going to be very hard, though, to prove in court because if Deshaun Watson says, yes, it was consensual, and then, these women say, well, no, it wasn't, that's very hard to prove in court, even with so many people.
I mean, these cases are always just he said, she said. They hardly ever get anywhere. And if they do, it's normally the guy. I would almost argue that the guys have a harder time defending themselves. Because, you really can't prove anything. And then if somebody accuses you, that's your name getting hurt. Deshaun Watson has 22 allegations. His name is ruined, even if he's not proven guilty or anything.
Mm-hmm. His
It's
reputation's
tough. You can't
pretty much destroyed either way.
Yeah, with social media and stuff, you really can't defend yourself. It's kind of bad, not gonna lie.
That's kind of like what happened with Sean Oakman a couple years ago. He was like a really big draft prospect, and he was about to head into the NFL draft, and some woman just straight up accused him of rape, and his entire career just fell in shambles. And now he's working hard to regain that. And then even with Antonio Brown last year or the year before,
that's true.
Like nothing was said about him until he signed with New England and got that $33 million guaranteed contract. And then as soon as that happened, two people came out and then they were dropped immediately afterwards. But just did enough to get him off the team. And so that's why I kind of have a disgust towards cases like this, is because they just affect my team all the time. But yeah,
the way I see it is like until the trial takes place and we know the verdict, I'd say the women could be right, Deshaun Watson could be right, innocent until proven guilty. So I'm not gonna, crap all over him, but I'm also not gonna crap all over the women because I don't know what really happened.
Yeah. And Deshaun's attorney did release a statement like a couple of days ago saying like they broke down every number of what happened with those people suing him. And it says 8 plaintiffs bragged and praised and were excited about massaging Watson. 7 willingly worked or offered to work with him. 3 of them lied about the number of sessions they had. 3 lied about their alleged trauma and resulting harm. five of them told others they wanted to get money out of Watson, and five scrubbed or entirely deleted their or social media accounts.
Hmm.
Did y'all see the video of one of the girls in court crying, talking about their trauma from Deshaun Watson?
No.
I may have heard of it, but I didn't watch it.
It looked really fake, honestly. I mean, just your typical, oh, I'm so sad, I'm crying, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to defend Deshaun Watson. I'm not trying to defend any of the women. Who freaking knows? Who knows what really happened? So I just keep hearing so much about it that, oh, this article says this is unfolding in the Deshaun Watson trial. Oh, it's the same thing over and over again. And quit making articles on it. We're not gonna know until the final decision has been made. You know, I'm tired of seeing so much about it. It's like
What I want to
literally,
know is why he has 22 massage therapists.
bro. And the 17 that defended him, he literally put himself in this situation. Who needs that many massage therapists? Get like 2. That's all you need.
Yeah, I feel like for him to have 22, honestly, is pretty big evidence against him. I mean, like I said, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
going to
mean,
say that he did or did not do it because I don't know. It's not my place to say. But I mean, 22 people is a
it's
lot.
crazy. I mean, he put himself in that situation. I mean, if he hasn't done anything, then he was just being plain stupid to do that. I mean, it's so easy for them to like banded together and just made up a bunch of fake accusations and say, "Oh, the more the better." If we have more of us, there's more evidence. You know, the quote unquote evidence that he did it.
Yeah. It's like that tweet I shared. I don't know who tweeted it, but it said he's either a serial rapist or this is one of the biggest assassination attempts on anybody's character in sport history.
Honestly, I mean, it's crazy. Never seen anything like it. I mean, and with all this drama going down with the team that he's on, it's just really odd timing for it as well.
Another
And
thing
that's
is
why
like
they're fake.
another
Go
thing
ahead.
is there's like 22 people. So let's say this happens one after the other, right? Like, what are the chances that all 22 of the people waited till now to
Say
put this
something.
forward? Like, you'd think eventually one of them would have been like, "Hey, this was inappropriate. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to contact an attorney." You just think one of them would have stepped forward at some point. And I
Like,
understand that, like, with a public figure like Deshaun Watson, it would, definitely hurt you and, to come forward about something like that. But you'd think with 22 people, at least one of them would have come forward right after it happened.
hear me out. If I was a woman and I was a massage therapist and, I was giving Deshaun his massage and then all of a sudden his goods flipped out and hit on my hand and stuff, I would be like, yo, bruh, you gotta chill, homie. Like, and if he kept trying to, like, come at me, man, I'm calling the police. I'm not gonna wait a year to tell my story, you know? I mean, I'm sure that happens if you're a massage therapist. I mean, but come on. The way they explain it and stuff, it's just, dude, why are you holding off?
Yeah, it's kind of like they let it happen just to tell a story or try and get something out of it later. It's kind of like what happens to a lot of NFL players. People will do something just to try and get their money. Like what happened with Aaron Donald last week. He literally saved that guy, and then the dude
Oh,
tried
in the
to sue
bar?
him because he saved him.
Yeah. I
It's like a
saw the video of
story.
that bar fight. It looked kind of scary, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
There's a story of a guy who saved a woman from drowning, and he gave her CPR, and then she sued him.
I heard
But
about that.
it's just,
that's
I guess
crazy.
people are just so, some people are so selfish. And again, I'm not saying that these women are, you know, lying. I don't know. But it's like, if that is the case, like, that's very, very scummy.
Yeah, happened with Shannon Sharp too when he played for Denver. I think he said it was. He said some guy just straight up rear-ended him and then tried to sue him for stopping incorrectly or something.
You're kidding.
And he said players, like, that's just what they're there for, is people trying to extort their money.
Famous people get sued all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous how people can win them, too.
That guy didn't win the Shannon Sharp one, did he?
I don't think so.
They're about to
It's
when
been a
the
while
woman,
since I
Always
watched the
they'll
video.
take the side of the person who got rear-ended.
they're about to when the woman just chugged a hot coffee from McDonald's and then sued them for not having a caution hot thing on it. I mean, honestly, what a power move. What a power move.
Yeah, some guy sued Subway for not selling actual 12-inch sandwiches. They were like 11 and
Yeah.
a quarter or something, and he
saw
like
that.
it's like $500,000 lawsuit.
I mean,
Easy
Imagine
money.
getting rich off of
that's fair, I guess.
Subway not having a full 12-inch sub. That would be amazing. Well, kind of scummy, but amazing.
Yeah, it's just
That's so much money, though, to, like, have that lawsuit.
yeah.
I'll
Guess
tell
it's just
you
what happens when your company gets big enough.
I'll tell you what, people find some very creative ways to make money. I was in Dollar General today, and I found deep fried pickle flavored Pringles, right? And I was like, dang, these are pretty good. I go to eBay to see if somebody's like selling them, just out of curiosity. There's a dude on there selling them for $15 a can. He sold like 10 or 15 of them. And I'm like, bruh, dude just made $150 off of Pringles.
It's like
That's
people buying the
ridiculous.
PS5s. They, like, bought them all up, and then now people can't get them. Now you have to buy the...
Yeah, and then they turn around and sell them for double.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, I saw a pair of shoes, and they've been out for like 3 years, but someone was selling them over retail price. And they weren't any like special shoe that's never going to be out of stock again or something like that. It was just regular base basketball shoes. They were selling them for like $40 more than what they're actually worth.
Dang.
You need to stock up on Kobe stuff. You hear about they're not renewing the contract with Nike?
Yeah. I've only got one pair right now.
Price is going to shoot up on all of those.
What was the graphics card that sold out in like 3 seconds?
No idea.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I could have sworn there was like a Nvidia, I think it's what Nvidia graphics card. Like they came out with like a new graphics card a year or two ago, and they all sold out in like 3 seconds. Like you would press on the button and say sold
graphics
out.
cards right now are on a shortage.
They go fast, my guy.
But back to sports. What are y'all's thoughts on the upcoming 2021 NFL draft?
I am super excited because in the past couple of years, I've never witnessed New England have higher than the 20th or so draft pick. And they always just trade out of the first round if the guy they want gets taken. So with them having the 15th this year, I'm really excited to see what they do. And there's even been rumors that they're going to trade up. And that I would love to happen. Yeah, like taking Fields or even anybody of that kind of quality that high would be awesome. Because the last time we kind of took a shot in the first round that didn't really work out. Now he's trash. So
I'll tell you what though, Texans really be out here. I mean, they're going to be killing it in this draft with that 3rd round draft pick being their first pick. Dude, don't even get me started. We're going to be iced out next season. I mean, it's going to be crazy up in there. But I am a Texans fan. But I am a Packers fan at heart. I grew up watching them. Me and my dad would just watch every single game from the Packers. Loved Rodgers. Love Rodgers. Rodgers is the GOAT in my opinion. Well, personal GOAT. Rodgers is. All-time GOAT. Definitely Brady. Dude, at this point, I don't know if they should go for a wide receiver. Because they're not going to have the same.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, they're not going to have the same group as last year. The cap space is just not there. And I feel like it's almost too late to get a first-round wide receiver now. I mean, because think about it. Last year would have been perfect. But for some reason, they went and got Jordan Love. You know, we all know what happened with that. But I just don't think – I don't know if they're going to be able to do it again this year. They're just not going to have the same group of people.
They can. Out of the top 100 prospects, 17 wide receivers are available. So –
well, maybe like a 2nd-round wide receiver. They need to work on defense, my guy. I think they should put
even
their
with
first-round
cornerbacks,
draft
they're
pick.
stacked still.
I still think they should work on defense or like maybe offensive line because I know they're losing a guy from the offensive line. I'm pretty sure. I
Yeah,
could
I
just
think
be
their center left.
I could be completely capping, but I just feel like it's too late for them to get a wide receiver like first round. I think they should go second round wide receiver and then the first round put it to defense. Because I feel like the defense ultimately led to their demise last season. Because that defense was horrible against the Bucks. And I just feel like they need to build defense. There was something
and it
else I was
doesn't
going to say,
help
but
that
I can't remember.
it also doesn't help that they re-signed the guy that gave up practically every touchdown in that NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
That and like I'm not trying to disrespect Rodgers in any way because he's an amazing quarterback, but he honestly sold that game as well. Brady threw 3 picks in that second half, and they didn't do much with either one of them.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's
Rodgers,
true.
he didn't do great, but I'm not going to say he was like really bad.
No.
Because he definitely, I mean, he had some good stats on that game. Maybe not touchdown wise, but I just want to talk about Jordan Love for a second. I feel sorry for that dude being put in this situation though, because that's been like kind of the talk. It's like what's going on with Jordan Love over here. I mean, they just drafted up, got Jordan Love, and now they got an MVP quarterback. But now the owners he won't see much into like a contract thing with Aaron Rodgers and like what they're going to do with him. It's getting weird out there, man. I almost feel like the upper people in the Packers organization almost have like a little bit of an ego, and they're thinking about letting go of Rodgers just so they can prove everybody wrong with Jordan Love or something. Because they've gotten a lot of smack for that. They've gotten a lot of crap for that. So that's just
I
kind
guess
of
it's
what it
always
seems
good
like
to have
me.
a good backup.
And that's true.
Yeah. Like if you're a quarterback and you're not taken within the first 5 picks, it's really low chance you're going to start anytime
Oh
soon.
yeah.
So like even with Rodgers, Brett Favre was in front of him, so he had to wait. I think it was 3 years before he
Yeah,
even
3.
started.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
But I mean, they've just been talking about Rodgers in like a weird way over there. I mean, you just have
Rodgers is a weird guy. Like, just gonna
That's
say
true.
he's really awkward. So him being that weird kind of like probably
Dude,
doesn't help
Rodgers
the
is
situation.
No, but it just seems like their relationship is not very good over there.
Yeah, it's probably gonna wind up ending like Belichick's and Brady's.
Yeah.
Kind of like they're okay with each other, but
I think they
in
should
the end,
bring
they don't want
Mike
to be
McCarthy back.
No, he's too busy rooting another team down in Dallas.
No, yeah,
Why'd you talk
it's
about it,
true.
Nathan?
That's right. Yeah, come on, Nathan.
Yeah, so last year when they signed him, I was not very happy because I mean I think it was what 2 days after they had released
It was like within the
Jason
first
Garrett.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted them to spend more time, because that was such a huge problem that we'd had for years. It's just bad management, and I wanted to see them choose some really spend some time looking at great options, and so far, Mike McCarthy has not delivered. I will give him the benefit of the doubt in that for kind of the first half of last season, we had a lot of players out on the offensive line. There was a couple defensive players that were out. And then, of course, Dak. And that was Dak going out pretty much killed our entire season. And if he goes out again this season, which I don't think will happen, but if he goes out again, I'd say it'll probably be a repeat of last season. But I'm still holding out hope. I think that I think our team has some of the best potential in the NFL, and it has been wasted for several years now.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I think with the wide receiver core that we have of Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup,
top 3
Dak,
wide receiver core.
and
in
if
the game.
Zeke can get it together, I think we have potentially one of the best offenses in the NFL. It just depends on, can we get it together this year? Can we get the defense together? Can we play as a good team and not, almost every game it seemed like was the first half we would play terrible offensively, and then we come back the second half. But if we could just play consistently both halves for the majority of the games, we'd probably have a winning season.
I'm curious, what do you think about Zeke? And like how he played last season. How good do you think he's going to do this season?
Dude, I mean, he still had good stats. He just did not play as good as he has in the past.
The thing about Zeke, he's been declining over like each year. His stats keep getting lower and lower and lower. I mean, I'd almost like to argue that Tony Pollard would do much better in some games.
I mean, I'm pretty sure overall this season, I'm pretty sure Pollard had better stats. I could be wrong on that.
I
Of
don't
course,
think about.
I mean,
I
he
don't think
played
that.
more, but
Yeah,
I mean, if they traded Zeke, I mean, I'd hate to see him go, but honestly, like, if it was a good trade, we got great stuff out of that,
I tell you what, you'd
I'd be
free up
okay
a
with
lot
it.
of cap space. Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
you
talk
could
about that.
probably get
Dak
a
getting his
second.
money.
Yeah. Totally
Oh yeah.
waste of
Way too
cash,
much.
honestly.
I
Maybe
think
not a
I
waste,
just
but a little overpaid.
Yeah, I feel like for him
I
to
have
be
to agree.
getting almost as much as Patrick Mahomes is kind of ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's just like someone like Brady or Rodgers or Russell Wilson should be getting that kind of money, I think. I don't think Dak has really proved himself yet.
Yeah, it's really just the new age players. All that, like, a lot of them chase the bag because they really need it. But like Brady, he took pay cuts almost every year. That way they could build the team around him. Not
He just
I
wants
want
to
all the
win,
money,
and
so we
honestly, I
just
respect it. Like he
yeah.
probably already has so much money from, I mean, first of all, playing in the NFL, but then sponsorships that like, I just respect his drive. Like he
Me
wants to
too.
win so bad so he can be the best, and that's like to me, like that's the one of the most, if not the most important thing in a player. Like that's what separates an amazing player who will be Hall of Fame, be talked about forever from all the other guys is their drive. Even though they've made it to the NFL, they've made it to the top. They're making millions. They have a career doing what they love, but they're still working. They're still striving to be the best, like Michael Jordan or Kobe. I mean, those guys are crazy and on like I don't know if I could ever be like that, honestly. I
Their
just don't I
mindsets
don't
are insane.
I think I could get to a point where I could have that mindset, but I just at this point in my life I don't, and I highly respect it. That's the kind of mindset that Brady has.
Dude just doesn't stop. I mean, it's insane. Is he almost 43 now? Is that how
He is
old he is?
43.
He is
Turns
43?
44 in August.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
And he wanted to play until like what, 48? Is that what he said?
Yeah. I think he signed either a 2 or 4 year extension.
I think it was 3, right? Like a 3-year
I don't know.
extension.
Thought
I don't even
I thought I
know.
read where like on paper it was 2, but like it was 4 altogether.
Jeez.
And I think it's just basically manipulation of cap.
Yeah.
I think
Man's
that's
is
why he
gonna
did
be. Dude's gonna be have kids in high school by the time he's done with football at this point.
it. Yeah.
My only fear with Brady is I feel like one of the best things about players is like ending their career on a high note.
Yeah, like Breeze
And
went. Ooh.
I don't want Brady to like play till he like physically can't anymore and he's it doesn't his career doesn't end very well. I mean, he'd still be the GOAT, but it's kind of like Tim Duncan. He had a pretty good end to his career. I'd say. I mean, he won a championship in 2014, and then 2 years later, he retires. Sure, it would have been nice for him to retire on the championship, but it's a pretty solid end. No injuries or anything like that. I'd like to see Brady go out even if he doesn't go out on a Super Bowl. It'd be nice to see him retire with a good season.
Something I respect about Drew Brees is he went out on a pretty bad note, but he still retired. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to come back even after that." I respect that because I mean, I don't think
Yeah, I agree.
he's gonna be the same Drew Brees. I think he realizes that, hey, I'm getting old, man. I think it's my time. Even though I went out on a bad note, I mean, I still have my past to talk for me, you know.
Still
So
want the playoffs, so
I know I respect that a lot, and I think it was good timing for him to retire. I feel like it's a good time for others to take his place, you know.
hmm
Yeah.
So Brett, who do you think the Texans will draft?
You know, I really don't know, but I'm hoping they draft like a cornerback or something. Because I feel like just something on defense, man. I haven't really looked much into the draft, to be honest with you. We just need defense. It is so, so bad. It's atrocious, and I know they picked up like I think his name was like Desmond King or something like that. I'm pretty sure he's a cornerback. I could just be capping again. Who knows?
Yeah, he played corner for Tennessee last year after being traded.
Okay, yeah. So I think they picked him up. Yo, I'll tell you what. Nick Casario, dude's kind of clutch. I kind of like him honestly. He is making some moves out here. He's picking up Philip Lindsay. Who is the other one? Philip Lindsay. Mark
There's another
Ingram.
running back.
Mark Ingram.
Oh, I can't think of. Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, can't complain about Tyrod Taylor for like a fill-in QB if Deshaun's gone. I don't mind Tyrod Taylor, but he's definitely not like a full-time starter. That's for sure. But I do like him. I think he's got a lot of potential to do something for the team.
Yeah.
But Nick Casario, I wasn't for it at the time because of Jack Easterby coming from New England, and Texans always go New England's like the New England way, I guess you could call it. But Nick Casario, he's pretty clutch, man. And the new coach, I don't really know much about him, but I think he's doing fine. Seems like a lot of players respect him, so we'll see how it goes next year.
Still like Romeo Crennel or whatever his name is.
No, Romeo Crennel, he stepped down.
Oh,
Shoot, man, what's his name? Like David something.
all right.
I could be capping again. I don't know.
No, but
It
like
sounds like
going,
you guys are gonna improve,
Yeah, I
even
don't
if
think.
you're not getting to the third round
Yeah,
draft.
I don't think. I mean, there's always talent in those later rounds, but I don't think we're going to be as bad as people think we are going to be next year. Because people don't. I think we'll be better than people think. I really do, honestly. Especially if we have Deshaun.
Well, for your sake, I hope so.
I've had a lot of almost a dilemma of should I remain a Texans fan or should I just leave? I mean, I've only been a Texans fan for like 3 years now, so is it a good time to leave now or should I stay? You know?
yeah.
But don't get me
Me and you
wrong.
both had
Bandwagon.
we both
Packers
had
fan
rough
heart.
years last year.
Yeah,
I think all three of us did really.
Very
All three of our
rough.
Yeah.
teams sucked last year.
I said if. I mean, I've changed my mind since then, but I said at the end of the last season that if the Cowboys did something stupid, like not signing Dak back, I might quit. I might just have to throw in the towel.
Yeah. It's
So, Zach, what do you think? Who do you think the Patriots are going to draft?
All right, I got a few little mocks here, but I really think they'll trade up somehow and take whatever quarterback is left over from the first three picks. Because all three of the top three teams are taking a quarterback.
I could see them
The
doing
49ers kind of just really don't know who they're taking, but Trevor and Zach are going first and second.
Oh yeah.
But
That's pretty much guaranteed.
the 49ers are basically putting up they really haven't decided yet.
I think
really.
they'll get Mac Jones.
I hope they do. I pray they do. So New England can trade up and draft Justin Fields. Like, I'm fine with either Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Mac Jones, really, because I think they're all really talented quarterbacks. But if they don't trade up, I think I have them on here taking Micah Parsons, which is a linebacker, which
hmm
wouldn't be too bad, seeing how our entire
Penn
linebacker
State.
core left last season. And then, yeah, if they don't pick either of those two, I wouldn't be upset with a defensive lineman. And I
So
have them taking a defensive lineman in the second round because they have the 46th pick, which is like, I don't remember what number it is in the draft, but it's not too far in the second. I think it's like 12, 13th or so. But yeah, who do you think the Cowboys are going to draft?
um so they have the 10th pick. And okay, so first of all, some guy, I think it was on the NFL network, said said something about Devontae Smith, and I was like, bro, like they already have a really good wide receiver core. Like, why would they waste it on that? But
The Cowboys would?
yeah,
Bruh.
I told
Some
that to my
people,
dad, and he
Nathan,
was
that's a great
like,
idea. What are you talking about?
let me guess, it was on ESPN.
it might have been on ESPN. I'm not quite sure, but it seems like they're gonna, I guess, maybe trade up to get Kyle Pitts. I got a notification from the Score today that said Jerry Jones salivates over Kyle
Bruh.
Pitts, and I was like,
He's just, that's how good he
Salivates.
is. The man is a beast.
yeah.
Like, if we didn't
Um,
sign 2 tight ends this offseason, I would have hoped they traded up to draft him. That's how good he was.
First of all, let me just say, if we got him, that would be great. I mean, the guy's phenomenal. But personally, I feel like our weakest point is our defense, and that's what we should focus on. Even though, I mean, Kyle Pitts would be an amazing addition to our offense, I just feel like we should focus on where we're lacking. They had the fifth worst defense last season. It's like really bad. You know, imagine how many more games we could have won had we had a good defense. So I think we need to pick Patrick Surtain the second. He's a cornerback from Alabama. He's currently ranked number 15 in the draft. So us being number 10, we more than likely would get him. Uh, Doing some research, and some people said that maybe we'll pick J.C. Horn from South Carolina. Some people say, even though he's lower in the draft, some people are saying that he's better. Um, I don't really know, honestly, but Patrick Surtain is 6'2", 202 pounds. He has outstanding footwork and technique. He has good man-to-man coverage, and seems like he has a high football IQ. And then as far as the second round, I'd say hopefully we'll pick Jalen Mayfield, who's offensive tackle for Michigan. The Cowboys have already signed offensive tackle Ty Neske, so our offensive line should be good to go if we do that. That's also something we kind of struggled with last season. So if we drafted a cornerback and Jalen Mayfield, that'd be awesome. But if we get Kyle Pitts, that'll be great too.
Yeah, and go back to what I said about the 100 prospects thing. Offensive tackles are like the third highest position. I think it was with 11 and the top 100.
So surely we'll get somebody.
Yeah, surely 11 of them it's not going in the first 2 rounds.
Were the Cowboys the team that's their defense got absolutely shredded by injuries?
Let's see. I know Awuzie was out. I don't remember who all was out. Yeah, there was definitely several people out. I know, just across the team, Blake Jarwin, Zach Martin, um,
Because I don't know.
Awuzie.
Both tackles,
can't
wasn't
remember.
it? Did
I just
Tyron
remember.
Smith get injured too?
I believe so. Yeah, we had a lot of injuries, and I that's something no one has talked about.
I feel like
It's crazy
the
to me.
Cowboys
Like
had
no
some,
one,
like probably the most injuries last year. I mean,
like you gotta
crazy
give
amount.
us credit in that we had so many injuries. You know, like there was definitely some big problems with our defensive coordinator, and Dak being out, but just overall how many injuries we had, I feel like is one of the biggest problems. So it's kind of hard for me to say, was Mike McCarthy good? I don't know. He never really had the full team.
I mean, the team kind
Seems
of
like
seemed like they rebelled against him as well, though, right? Were they
what do you
like
mean?
they said they were like weren't gonna play or something?
Yeah, I think that was kind of the ideal going on, and like the end of the season,
Oh
they
yeah.
really didn't like him, and then they stayed.
I know I didn't like that decision he made. That last game we played against the Giants. Should have kicked the stinking field goal.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't fully remember that game, but weren't they like in position to win and then like the Giants just scored a touchdown or something?
Um, yeah, it's been a while, but I think they had a chance to tie the game or go ahead or something, and they went for it on fourth down and didn't get it. And then so the Giants got the ball back, and I think they went down and scored, and that was the end of the game. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh,
still
I
feel
do remember it. Yeah, because the Giants were trying to close that game out, and then like, no, it was the Cowboys. They were trying to score. Tony Pollard broke out on some huge run for like 25 or so yards, and then he just fumbles the ball, and then they lose the game. I think that's what happened. I think I remember that. But like, it was crazy because me personally, no offense, I just hate the Cowboys. I hate their essence, but it's really the America's team is what irritates me.
the thing I don't like about
They've
the
not been America's
Cowboys.
team for 20 years.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about the Cowboys is most of the fans overhype the team. Like, y'all are really good. You have a lot of potential. But I feel like the fans overhype him. They're always, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl this year. We're going to the Super Bowl this year. Oh, we're going to destroy you. And it never happens. It never happens.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like one of the few sane Cowboys fans, because like I feel like I'm pretty realistic about it. Like I'm a fan, grew up watching them, but I don't think they're you know gonna. Do I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year? Probably not. I feel like I think they're putting themselves in a position to be very good, either this year or in the next few years. I feel like we have the potential with the amount of talent that we have to be a really, really good team. The issue is, can Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy, and everybody, can they make it happen?
Yeah, and with that 10th pick, they got to take something to help. Who
Mhm.
hopefully will not be a bust. And that's what I'm praying with New England. They don't take someone who's going to be a bust. Not to name a few names, but N'Keal Harry.
Oof.
Very disappointed in that, especially since A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf were still on the board.
Dang, imagine not
That's
getting
crazy.
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, imagine working out Lamar 3 times and then still passing him.
Can't believe that, dude.
I don't think I've been more angry at a draft than what happened that night. Gosh. It was so irritating. They
I
just
don't know. I'm just
had him for
saying,
workouts 3 times, but
I'm just saying. I still think the Texans should have made the playoffs last year. I mean, we won like 2 games. Isn't that enough?
you almost took out Tennessee in the end.
Yo,
I watched that game.
that would've
I've
been
never rooted
really
for
funny.
another team's more in my life.
Would've been
Well, I
really
did
funny,
in the
dude.
playoffs, but
Yeah,
Doesn't
we're
count.
from Tennessee, and Titans fans can be annoying sometimes.
not sometimes, all the time. You
Throwback
get 2
20.
good seasons back to back, and they think they're amazing.
Bro, Titans fans, when Marcus Mariota was still under center, bro, funny. I mean, they would like almost praise him, and then they
They
start to
worship him,
realize that
yeah.
he's not doing good, and then they're like, "Oh, we hate him. We hate Marcus Mariota." But they would literally the other year, they would have just been like praising Marcus Mariota, like, "Let's go, Marcus! Yeah, Marcus, best QB." I'm like, what? And what are you talking about?
I gotta show him some love, being a Tennessean.
Yeah, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I love Marcus Mariota, but geez, I mean, I played fantasy with a guy one year, and he was a Titans fan, big Titans fan. He picked Marcus Mariota round 1 with his first round pick. He picked Marcus Mariota. If that
I would
doesn't
have kicked him
improve,
from the league.
now don't get me wrong, I took Aaron Rodgers' first pick, but
I
that's
mean,
besides the
solid.
point. That's besides the point.
Yeah, I also was that kind of biased because earlier in the season, Cam was going off. So I was like, all right, I'm going to start Cam from now on. And then out of nowhere, he gets COVID. He's trash.
Man's really fell off.
Yeah,
Number
he
one
had, like,
receiver
what,
was the
2 good
grass.
games, and then after that,
He had
Yeah.
3 good games, really. Especially that Seattle game. Passing for 395 yards.
When you
oh
have 3
yeah,
good games out of
Oh, my.
16.
yeah. What the heck happened to him? Like
No,
he,
it wasn't just 3. I think he had several good games. Not several. That's an overstatement.
Especially when he threw the ball in the dirt. Woo.
Hey, all right.
Sheesh.
He did that a lot, but he still had a
Sheesh.
72% completion percentage, I think.
I don't think he got the
I don't
chance to do training
understand how
camp
that
though.
happened, but yeah, he didn't
Part
get to
of the
go to.
problem.
I don't think he was played a fair deal of cards, so
Yeah, he wasn't.
it's whatever. And y'all are wide receiver core. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I didn't
Yeah,
know a
Jacoby
single
Myers be
person on
carrying
it.
right there.
I didn't know a
Jacoby
single
Myers is the
person on
GOAT.
it. Who was?
Jacoby Myers. He's the
I don't know.
GOAT.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll say this. Practically half of our receiver core was undrafted, and that's why nobody knows who they are.
True. I don't know. Are they any good? Are they kind of decent?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you,
Jacoby
Belichick will
Myers.
get you, Zach.
I'm
He's gonna
sounding-
get you.
I sound biased, but I love him. He's like everything I'd want in a wide receiver.
Really?
Undrafted, comes in, works his butt off, leads the team in receiving yards. He's just what I like in players. And then this offseason, we didn't get the wide receivers I wanted. Well, I'll say one singular because I love Kendrick Bourne. But Nelson Aguilar was not my favorite free agent signing when we had wide receivers like let me think. Juju was still on the board, like he was. Honestly, I forgot the other receivers that were available, but
Juju's pretty good, but I think he's overrated.
he is 100%.
No, his
Like-
TikToks aren't. Whew. Sheesh. Sheesh. Those
He's
are,
a number 2 wide receiver, and then with Jacoby at number 1, we're set to go.
All right, so to close it out, why don't we kind of go down the list of some of the top draft prospects and discuss who we think will draft them, starting with
I think Tony
Trevor
Romo
Lawrence.
is gonna.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is actually going to be skipped by 14 teams and get drafted by New England.
I really hope something gets like shooken up with the order that players are gonna go, or like predicted to go, when it happens. Like Trevor Lawrence goes like 3rd or something. No, he definitely won't, but goes like 2nd, and the Jags pick somebody different for the 1st round. Like
They
the
draft
first
Justin
pick.
Fields because Urban Meyer, who was the Ohio State head coach, is now the Jags head coach, and he wants his baby boy back.
That would be interesting to watch.
And then the Jets still draft Justin Fields, or not Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. And then
that'd be crazy.
the 49ers take Mac Jones, and then the Patriots trade up for number 4, and bam, Trevor Lawrence is ours.
Dude,
It's just
that's
simple.
realistic. It's gonna happen.
It is 100%.
Belichick's gonna be blackmailing all the teams to pick somebody different.
Yeah, he's already working through the Texans organization right now to get Deshaun, so
He's the one making all the allegations.
yeah. I'm telling you, they're fake. I kid you not.
All 22
but-
women have come out with their names. They all are Bill Belichick.
It
But
is
more than
stepson.
likely, Trevor Lawrence will go to the Jags and Zach Wilson will go to the Jets.
Yeah.
What do you
And
so? What do you guys think about if that happens? What do you think will happen with Justin Fields?
Ooh, elbow pop.
I think he'll fall just a little bit until like maybe the Falcons or someone who's like
That's
They're not
I was
heavy
thinking the
desperate.
Falcons.
not heavy desperate on a quarterback, but because I think the Falcons are a win now team. I don't think they're rebuilding, so I don't think they would take a quarterback. But he could fall a little lower, maybe around
Maybe
6 or
San
7,
Francisco.
maybe 8.
Get him.
Yeah, even if San Francisco's number 3. So whatever quarterback they take, Trey Lance and Mac Jones and Justin Fields, whichever one they take out of those 3, the next 2 will fall.
I mean, I'd say all of them are probably pretty solid choices.
Yeah,
I still
Justin
think Tony
Fields-
Romo is the best choice.
I agree.
coming out of retirement to carry the Cowboys one last time, just to get beat by Green Bay in the playoffs.
He's coming out of college.
Hey, you don't talk about that here. Just kidding.
I still remember that field goal in the back of my mind and that sideline catch. Crazy.
Probably one of the maddest games.
Hey, it's
2014.
okay.
Probably
The
one of the
Cowboys are
maddest
just
I've been
a
in games.
stepping stone to the Packers losing in the NFC Championship every year. It's just what it is.
Well, at least the Packers get the fall.
Hey,
What about Penny Sewell?
Yeah, I think I was seeing where the Bengals, they were like, who I think will draft him, but the Bengals were talking about drafting a wide receiver, which would be stupid seeing how their quarterback they took at number 1 last year, just like his leg just died. So I think an offensive tackle would be best for them, or offensive guard, whichever one he is.
He's offensive line. I'd
Yeah.
say more than likely Bengals.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I've heard is that he'll go to the Bengals. Now, a lot of people were saying that Kyle Pitts will go to the Dolphins, but who knows? Maybe Cowboys. I'd say Kyle Pitts could be crazy. He could be anywhere. Who knows?
Yeah. As much as I love him, New England doesn't need him because they have Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry.
my boy
And
Will
like
Fuller
just
went
this
to Miami.
offseason, they've already got one of the top tight end cores already.
How about Jamar Chase?
I think he'll go to the Dolphins.
You think
I think he
they'll
will
get
go.
him?
Yeah.
Some people were saying the Lions might pick him up. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be either one.
I really just don't know the order of the draft. So
I haven't
whichever
done enough
one comes
research.
first, Detroit or Miami, it'll go in that order. Which really no, it won't. Because if Detroit gets let's see, I lost his name. Jamar Chase, yeah. I think they'd probably be more apt to take him. Because I guess Miami could take Kyle Pitts and it'd benefit them, but Detroit has TJ Hawkinson, who's really had a breakout year last year. So I think that'll work out fine.
Mm-hmm. Last one. What do you guys think about Devontae Smith?
Now, I think, can fall. No, he's going to Philly. Yeah, he's going to Philadelphia. If he
Think
falls
so?
past 10, he's going to Philadelphia.
What position does he play?
Wide receiver. He won the Heisman last year for
Another
Alabama.
wide receiver to Philadelphia? Don't they have like another wide receiver every year?
No. Because them boys down in Dallas took him from him last year.
Oh, okay.
They were right behind Dallas in the draft, and Dallas drafted CeeDee Lamb, and then they took Jalen Rager. They took Jalen Rager instead of Justin Jefferson.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, and also the Vikings took Justin Jefferson right before New England did.
Can you imagine?
Packers should have taken Justin Jefferson.
I think
No, they weren't high up enough, right?
no, I think they were behind New England.
Okay. Dang, I was about to say, imagine Rodgers with Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, and then
And
one of the
Allen
wide receiver
Lazard.
three. Yeah, Allen Lizard.
Or that guy, yeah, Lizard Boy.
Lizard boy.
What's the guy with the double last name? Valdez Scantling. Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
Scantling's pretty good, but he just drops to me past like easy catches. You know, he's got
Yeah.
he's got a little bit of butterfingers, but he's a really fast and good like deep option.
Mm-hmm.
I do like him. I think he's a little bit underrated, but I don't think he's that great, to be honest.
No, he's a solid third stringer.
Yeah.
Really.
Dang, we've almost been going 50 minutes.
Yeah. Seems like a pretty good first episode.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, that'll close out this very first episode of the Benchwarmers podcast. I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in, and we'll hope we'll see you at the next episode. Tune in next time.
Bye-bye.
See ya.